Hello, and thank you everyone for joining us today for EarthEcho's STEMExplore Virtual Field Trip, Aquarium Biology, It's Fin-tastic, featuring Amanda Hodo from Mote Marine Laboratory and Aquarium in Sarasota, Florida. My name is Casey Gaylord Opaleski, and I am the STEMexplore Coordinator at EarthEcho International. We are so excited to have students from all over the globe joining us as we learn about STEM careers. This live event is part of STEMexplore, EarthEcho's newest program that is taking inspiration to access by telling the stories of dynamic women in STEM careers during live virtual field trips. We are excited to bring STEMexplore to life thanks to support from our presenting sponsor, United Technologies. You can explore a number of STEM careers as well as tune in for upcoming live events like this one at EarthEcho's STEMexplore website, STEMexplore.org. I'd like to recognize and thank STEMexplore's 5 partner sites across the country: Boys and Girls Club of Santa Clarita Valley in California, Youth Power 365 in Vail, Colorado, Mech Ed in Charlotte, North Carolina, Love a Sea Turtle in Greenville, North Carolina, and the YWCA in Hartford, Connecticut. I also would like to recognize those sites that are joining us today live. So I'd like to do a quick round robin to get hello from our interactive sites out there. So Youth Power 365 in Vail, Colorado. Miss Autumn, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Wonderful to have all you joining us today. How about Boys and Girls Club of Santa Clarita Valley in California? Mr. Hi, you guys are there. Hello, everyone. We are so excited to have you. Welcome, everybody, to STEMexplore. Now, how about our other site with Boys and Girls Club of Santa Clarita Valley, Mr. John's class? How are you all doing today? Hi. Wonderful to see you. And last but not least, Gypsum Creek Middle School in Vail, Colorado. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Wonderful to have all you here. Thank you for joining us all the way from Vail, Colorado. So with that said, I want to go ahead and get started. And I would love to welcome our special guest tonight, Amanda Hodo, for our live virtual field trip. So, Miss Amanda, how are you tonight?
I'm great. I'm really excited. Hi, everybody.
Yay, we're so excited to have you here, Amanda. So why don't we go ahead and get started? We want to thank you for joining us tonight as our STEMexplore mentor. So why don't you just start things off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure.
That's awesome, Amanda. Thank you. You guys, I know, are very busy as aquarium biologists. Now, we, like I said, we are getting a lot of chatter on our YouTube channel, but also from our interactive sites that are joining us. So in particular, I want to head out to California, to Santa Clarita Valley. I want to go on over to Coach and Miss Abby's group, because I do know they have some questions for you out there. So, Miss Abby and Coach in Santa Clarita, California, go ahead and unmute your microphone and your video, and we'd be happy for you to ask your questions to Amanda.
All right, Corinne, do you want to go first?
Sure. One question that I have is, what's your favorite or most rewarding thing that you do at your job?
That's an awesome question. I would say probably the most rewarding thing that I do is, well, there's a couple, but I'll name one. But one of them is actually getting to breed. So one of the things that I focus on at work is actually breeding fish so that we can share those offspring with other zoos and aquariums, and then they don't have to take those particular fish from the wild in order to stock their exhibits. So it's part of a larger conservation effort, and it's extremely fulfilling to be a part of that. So raising something from an egg or from birth up to when it's an adult, and then watching it have its own babies, is one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced in my life. And it doesn't get old, to be honest. Like, every time that happens, it's just, it's fantastic, and it makes me really happy. So
awesome. All right, Santa Clarita, do you have another question out there with Miss Abby and Coach's group?
All right, Haley, and then we'll answer one more.
So
What inspired you to keep pushing towards your dream of working with animals?
Oh, that's a great question. I think from a young age, I really enjoyed working with animals. And I think when I got to high school, I kind of knew that they would be in my life somehow. I hadn't really figured out how. So, when I was younger, I also feel like when I was really starting to learn what people in aquariums did, I noticed that there weren't necessarily people that looked like me. So, as an African American woman, I thought about that, and it was a little difficult sometimes to really see myself in that role when I had never seen anyone that looked like me in that role. So, I think about this on like every day, but the fact that I'm in this career and, I'm hoping that maybe someone who was considering this career, a young girl somewhere or a young boy that's considering this career will see that there are people that, that look like them and that they can do it, and that it's a possibility that they'll consider this career, and that they'll follow through with it as well. So like I said, I love animals and I love our ocean. I love our oceans so much, and they need a lot of help. So I was inspired by that and inspired by some of the amazing research that's going on in the world and some of the amazing conservation efforts. And I'm trying to do my part, I guess. So that's really kind of how I got into it.
Awesome. Great question. And I think we do have one more out there at Santa Clarita Valley.
Just one more. Megan?
I kind of want to be a marine biologist, but I would rather explore and try to discover new things, maybe discover new species or something. I'm one of those creative types, and I never particularly like seeing the insides of things. So, is there any area of marine biology that actually does not involve anatomy or anything like that? So, does not involve, medical stuff.
That's a really great question. Right off the top of my head, I do know there are quite a few marine science educators, Casey's one, that, really have an impact on kids and getting kids into marine science and really communicating the importance of saving our oceans and caring for our oceans. And educators are really, really important. So that definitely is a career that you should consider. There's a lot of different careers that don't involve anatomy, but that's one that I can think of off of the top of my head. What about you, Casey?
That was a really great question. I think you semi-stumped us, but Amanda, I think that's super important to think about. If there are so many people that are passionate about marine science and about the ocean. I grew up in North Dakota. Amanda and I are Midwest girls, and we lived nowhere near the ocean.
Yep.
And so we were very determined that this was what we wanted to do. And I also live in Southwest Florida near Amanda. And so there are a few career paths that a lot of people don't think about, that they don't associate with aquariums or even zoos for that matter. Education is one of them. And so if anybody thinks they want to be a classroom teacher, but you're not quite sure if that's for you, education is a great place to start in a zoo or an aquarium environment. Also, think about communications. How do you communicate the science? And this goes hand in hand with what Amanda said about educators, is that there needs to be people out there that can translate what researchers are doing and what they're discovering. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of scientists sometimes don't have time to run an education program or to talk about the work that they're doing. So there's a whole group of people that work in science communication and translating that information out to the public. And you can also think of some other careers, like if you're tech savvy or if you're an artist, guess what? There's a place for you at a zoo or an aquarium. They have a whole staff that works in graphic design, and they have a whole IT staff that works in computers. And so Amanda and I know a lot of the same people, and marine science is really the passion that weaves everybody together, but everybody has their own specialty and has their own thing that they're really good at. And then they just have this love for marine science. And so a place like an aquarium, like Mote Marine Laboratory, where Amanda works, is a great place that can marry all of these things together. So a lot of people don't think about different things like communication or education or graphic artists. Another place to think about too is even policy. So people who are passionate about creating laws to protect things that we all love and that we're all passionate about. It's really a massive field out there. And a lot of people use the blanket term marine biology. You're a marine biologist, but that can mean many, many different things because there really are so many careers out there.